Back at the inside, the sold-out and steamy Belasco Theater. It is summer, the 1st of July, 4th of July weekend. Bethel Durant, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim. Emilio Sanchez is a co-feature tonight, a fighter who has literally grown up here at the Belasco Theater from Pacoima, but he's now going up against a tough one in Hugo Partida, the undefeated Emilio Sanchez, 12-0. He sat down with our cameras.
Excited to fight on TV. First time fighting on TV, and for the people who don't know who Emilio Sanchez is gonna know who I am now. My goals in boxing is to become a world champion. At the end of the year, hopefully a small title fight. Training camp is going well. Me and my coach have been working on head movement and footwork and a lot of strength conditioning. My opponent is Hugo Partida. Hugo Partida is an aggressive fighter, likes to keep coming. I have a game plan to box and be aggressive at the same time.
1-2 from Sanchez, in control of this fight.
When I was in Fantasy Springs fighting Gustavo Molina, there was an unexpected knockout.
I think body shot drops Molina.
I got surprised of the knockout too. When I hit him with my right hand, I felt his knees buckled, and I knew I hurt him.
Right hand hurts him. Hunched over is Molina, and that is it. The referee jumps in and stops it. An astounding performance for Emilio Sanchez. Hugo Partida, Emilio Sanchez's opponent, is now into the ring from Mexico City, Mexico. A tough veteran with a 27-2 record, and now making his way Pacoima, California's own Emilio Sanchez. He's 12-0 with 9 KOs. A little too short, blow the whistle.
I like it.
Sanchez doesn't pick his music.
Oh, who does?
I don't care. Just somebody pick music. I don't care.
I'm going to say it's this guy,
that
Frank Espinosa Jr.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
And speaking of the Espinosa family, they manage him, the Espinosa Boxing Club. As we take a look at Emilio Sanchez, one thing that's very evident, Doug, quick-fisted guy, very good hand speed, and looks like he's going to be a volume puncher moving forward. Going to be involved in some very good fights down the line.
Yeah, but he's a technical volume puncher. He's very accurate. He delivers his punches with the correct mechanics. And I think people who haven't seen Emilio Sanchez before are going to really like what they see tonight, because he is an aggressive boxer puncher. And as you said, busy.
Yeah, and I mentioned Frank Espinosa, the Espinosa Boxing Club, who manages him. He says this fight is a gauge, given the fact that Partida has been in there with the likes of Julian Ramirez, Albert Pagara, and Joseph Diaz. Tonight's going to really show him how quickly can he move that young man, Emilio Sanchez.
Yeah, Partida by far the most experienced professional that Sanchez has faced.
And here's our ring announcer, Joe Martinez. As they say, in 1 minute we'll do that. And there you see Edgar Yasso, second assistant to Emilio Sanchez. He lives in Pacoima in the San Fernando Valley, drives an hour every day to train at the Rock Gym in Carson. For this one, got some training and sparring with Oscar Valdez, who has a fight coming up in July. So that's a
WBO featherweight title bout that the two-time Mexican Olympian Valdez is taking part in. So that is excellent quality sparring for this young up-and-coming featherweight.
Yeah, Valdez will be fighting Matias Rueda. That'll be July 23rd at the MGM Grand on the Terrence Crawford-Victor Postal pay-per-view undercard.
Emilio
It's good for him
Sanchez.
to get that kind of quality sparring. We're talking about a kid who's been the 4-round distance twice and the 6-round distance just once. So he hasn't gone a lot of professional rounds.
Esta próxima pelea está pactada por 8 asaltos en el peso Super Gallo. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing. This in the Super Bantamweight division. Los tres jueces otra vez. Once again, your 3 judges, Raul Caiz, Dr. Lou Moret, and Pat Russell. And with the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, encargado del ring, el referee, Jack Reyes. Presentaron primero en la esquina azul con los pantaloncillos negro con verde limón y un peso de 123 libras. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in lime green. He weighed in officially 123 pounds. Un veterano con un récord de 20 victorias, 15 ganadas por nocaut, 7 derrotas y 2 empates. This professional has 29 bouts with 20 victories, 7 defeats, 2 draws, and 15 wins. Coming by way of knockout, presentando del Distrito Federal México, el olímpico, Hugo Partida. Y su oponente en la esquina roja, con los pantaloncillos negro con dorado y un peso de 122 libras. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wears black, trimmed in gold. He weighed in an even 122 pounds. His professional record stands perfect in 12 bouts, 12 victories, no defeats, with 9 wins by way of knockout, con un récord perfecto de 12 victorias, 9 ganadas por knockout, de Pacoima, California, el invicto. Here is the undefeated Emilio Sanchez. Once again, your referee, Jack Reese, with the final words.
I gave you both instructions. I just want to remind you, listen, obey my commands at all time, protect yourself at all time, fight hard, fight clean. Play duro, play limpio. Buena suerte.
Jack Reese with the Espanol. Buena suerte means good luck. And here's the tail of the tape, Doug.
Emilio Sanchez is 6 years younger. He is 2 inches taller, and he has a slight reach advantage.
8 rounds scheduled in the Super Bantamweight division between Emilio Sanchez and Hugo Partida. What a night here. The Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. Sold out LA Fight Club. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim, led by Will Wright. We're ready to go. Emilio Sanchez, a perfect 12-0 with 9 KOs. He's in the black trunks with the black gloves. Hugo Partida with that lime green stripe trunks, Mexico City. He's 28 years old. Easily, as you said it, Doug, in the beginning, the most seasoned opponent that Sanchez has ever gone up against.
By far, and he's well traveled as well. He's fought in Nicaragua, he's fought in the Philippines, of course. Left his native Mexico, fight here in the United States in recent bouts, and against top up-and-comers.
Last time Partida was in the ring, he was stopped by Joseph Diaz Jr. That was in December in Indio, California.
That was Joseph Diaz Jr. at his absolute best. Prior to that, he took Julian Ramirez the 10-round distance.
The shot landed by Sanchez, 22 years old. You're going to hear a lot of cheering for Emilio, not because this is his backyard. There's 8 kids in the family. They're here watching it. This week at his gym, he was actually watching his nephews who wrestle, and they came to the gym with him, watching his uncle try to make weight and sweat it out. Looks ripped at 122 pounds, made the weight easy. Trained by Manny Robles and Edgar Jasso, who were with him the entire career.
Partida loads up and winging all of those shots. They're really like haymakers, but he is landing some of those body shots. He is not intimidated at all by the undefeated prospect.
Nickname Olímpico, Hugo Partida. He was on the track, as he said, to make the Olympic team. So he said, when you have goals, you got to give yourself a name that you think applies. I want to be an Olympian, so the name stuck with me. Here as a pro, he's 27-2.
He suffered an early knockout against Joseph Diaz Jr. in his last fight, and he was stopped in the first round by a Filipino standout in the Philippines. But he's not gun shy. Doesn't seem like he's suffering any kind of psychological baggage from those fights.
No, he's not, but in the last 30 seconds, I really think Sanchez has found a home for that straight right hand, and all of a sudden the tenor has changed. It was actually a pretty good round for Partida. I thought the first 2 minutes, I think Sanchez, straight right hand, seemed to have really shook Partida.
Sanchez, very soft-spoken. Not going to be a fighter who's putting up every single moment of his day on social media, does his work, doesn't talk. But these body shots are talking right now here in the first round.
I agree. And he doesn't have the showman personality of Nico Valdez. He's almost painfully shy outside of the ring.
Doug, does anybody?
Yeah, exactly. But Sanchez,
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Golden Boy has a lot of young fighters of personality, but Sanchez will win a lot of fans with his fighting ability.
Roberto Diaz on Emilio Sanchez.
Emilio Sanchez, as the rounds get more, the competition gets better, I still see him not only right there, but, you know, shining in that level. Because now I got 10 rounds, now I'm going to work the body. One thing about Emilio, he loves to work the body really well, and he's doing very well to the body. So I'm expecting even more knockouts as the competition gets better. This kid's gonna shine, and he has all the potential to be a future world champion. He has a tough fight. It's a co-main event. I'm looking for experience that Hugo brings for Emilio to have some difficulties and learn from that. But I won't be surprised if Emilio stops him because, again, Emilio, as the competition rises, I think Emilio's gonna rise to it as well.
Ready for the second round between Emilio Sanchez and Hugo Partida. Sanchez in the black and gold. Went to San Fernando High School. Started boxing at a young age. 2011 state Golden Gloves champ. Was going to these amateur tournaments, trying to get to the Olympics. He'll go through those national tournaments. He was always 2 years younger than guys. So that helped him with his experience. 22 years old. These two are training body shots. Partida's corner was told him, go to that body. And Emilio's right there with him.
I think the body shots that Partida has landed are his best punches by far, but he loads up so much with them. He swings so wide. He leaves himself open for straight shots down the pipe.
Yeah, Doug, and about 20 seconds ago, I believe there was a right uppercut from Sanchez that, again, rocked back Partida on his heels.
Partida is open for that punch because he's kind of squared up when he comes in, and he lunges forward when he steps forward.
Sanchez with the black gloves, San Fernando High School alum. And on a night where we had 7 amateur fights between the LAPD and New York Police Departments, Sanchez started boxing as a youth, and he got so into it that he even thought about possibly being a police officer. He was an explorer as a teen.
Right now, he's having to deal with some rough stuff.
Stuff you need to learn.
Yeah, roughhouse tactics, old pro stuff. He's getting, rabbit punched and shots to the top of his head, getting tied up. And see what he just did right there, Partida? That's a rabbit punch, and that is illegal, and it can be dangerous. Sanchez is going to have to keep his focus.
Right hand landed by Sanchez.
Sanchez is standing his ground. I think he knows that he can get the better of the veteran from mid-range.
Snapping the jab is Sanchez.
He's a really good athlete. I like it. The speed of his punches, the snap on the end of his punches. Seems real spry on his feet. He's got good balance.
I think so far this is exactly what Robert Diaz was looking for. I think he wanted a real fight. I thought he wanted some professional resistance. I think Partida has certainly done his part to early on really give a legitimate test to Sanchez. See what this kid has, push him to a certain level, see how he reacts.
You develop them. That's what the LA Fight Club is about. You develop your guys and then you graduate them, like Joseph Diaz, who was a main event fighter here. Now he's on HBO. Body shot. Good exchange between the two in the corner. Partida, that's that tough veteran Mexican City fighter.
And he's landed some shots.
Final seconds of the second round. It's scheduled for 8 between Sanchez and Partida in downtown Los Angeles. Hall of Famer Oscar De La Hoya, and there you see him, LA Police Department Chief Charlie Beck.
A representative came to my school talking about the different programs, and information security was one. Family, friends, but the best part about graduation day was when I got to announce to my family that I had gotten the job. For some, school is a backup plan, but for me, it was the only plan. And I ended up choosing ITT Tech over other four-year institutions.
Scholarships and financial aid are available for students who qualify. Call 800-227-2162. That's 800-227-2162.
Ring TV Live is brought to you by ITT Technical Institute. ITT Tech for the future. Call today, 800-227-2162. Find out more info and schedule a free campus tour. That's 800-227-2162. Third round of action scheduled for 8 in the super bantamweight division between Emilio Sanchez and Hugo Partida. Sanchez undefeated at 12-0 with 9 KOs. Training out of the Rock Gym in Carson, California is Emilio Sanchez. Also there is Manny Robles Jr., who he gets to work with. Undefeated young fighter.
I love Sanchez's 1-2 combination.
Good uppercut, knocks the mouthpiece out of Partida. Sanchez keeps going. Partida trying to duck and move. He's getting tagged.
And we're seeing that style that you spoke of before this fight, the busyness, the volume punching, and we're also seeing the technique and combination punching from Sanchez.
The word that I would use is precision. Partida has certainly been busy and active, but those shots right down the middle, and also Sanchez doing a really good job of just keeping his elbows nice and tight to his ribs, protecting himself from some of those body shots of Partida.
Yeah, he keeps his hands up, the elbows down, he protects himself well.
Mikey Williams, great photographer in the boxing game, watching right now. He's seen Sanchez in the gym, took some great shots of him. So he likes what he's seeing from him right now. Thanks for watching, Mikey, as always.
And Partida is cut. Is that over the left eye? I don't know if that was from a punch or from a clash of heads. The gash kind of looks like it was from a clash of heads, which doesn't surprise me with the manner in which Partida is lunging in.
And you just can see right there, see that exchange? Sanchez doing a much better job of seeing punches coming and creating counter-punching opportunities against Partida. Partida is very, very active. There's not nearly the type of precision or accuracy from him as there is from Sanchez. I think Sanchez has been very, very impressive early on against a very solid, willing veteran.
Young fighters, 22-year-old Emilio Sanchez with the red gloves. A minute to go in the third round. Sanchez for conditioning on Saturdays. He, along with the rest of Manny Robles' crew, head to Mount Baldy for a 3-mile run. You know, nice and easy, with 2,000 feet of elevation.
Yeah, I don't think that was nice and easy.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Well, maybe for them. He looks like he's in tremendous shape.
Good right landed by Partida. Body work from Partida.
Sanchez is defending well, but he is getting caught with shots. Some of them legal, some of them not so legal. And referee Jack Reese did warn Partida's corner about the rabbit punching between rounds.
Some blood from the nose of Emilio Sanchez. Partida.
Yeah, it was a Night Rice cross from Partida.
Good 1-2 from Partida to the body. This is a tough fighter, Olímpico Partida. Not going to go anywhere. He'll in there and he will mix it up with you.
And this has been a competitive round.
Fourth of July weekend in downtown Los Angeles. Beautiful shot. We're about a couple blocks away at the historic Belasco Theater in downtown for a sold-out LA Fight Club. The first Friday of every single month. Been here a year, and it is fantastic. Standing room only, general admission seats. Get here, get early, and get your opportunity to see the stars of tomorrow. Fourth round underway between Emilio Sanchez and Hugo Partida, the main event tonight, leading up to Oscar Negrete and Jose Bustos, Colombia against Mexico. It's our main event tonight on 4th of July weekend. After 3, how do you have it, Dougie?
I have all 3 rounds for Emilio Sanchez. I do think the 3rd round was close. It was competitive, but I got to score it for Sanchez. He's just landing the cleaner shots, the harder blows, and he's nailing Partida more than Partida is nailing him.
Doug, I have it exactly the way you do. 30-27, I thought Partida rallied a little bit in the 3rd round late in that stanza, but I think the bulk of the good work has been done by Emilio Sanchez.
Emilio Sanchez, managed by Frank Espinoza. Sanchez has a younger brother named Sal, 18-year-old bantamweight, 118 pounds, 1-0.
Does Sal also train at the Rock?
Sal trains with him. Sal drives with him, carpool, does everything with him. Sal actually the other day, somebody needed sparring who was close to 130 pounds. Sal had a fight recently canceled, said, I'll jump in there, let me mix it up. Like, why not? I just need some rounds. That's the kind of attitude the Sanchez kids have.
Sal Sanchez might be somebody to watch when he turns pro. Ooh, nice angle there. I love that step to the side move when he fires that right to the body.
Very athletic family of Sanchez. His older sister ran collegiate track and cross country at Cal State LA. Still runs half marathons. And
wow. You know, Emilio has the build of a distance and a middle distance runner. He really
ran cross country at San Fernando High.
That does not surprise me at all. And we'll see if he has to rely on some of the cross-country endurance in this fight. I do believe this is his first scheduled 8-rounder.
Yes, it is.
So the second half of this fight, if it gets into the second half, will be very interesting.
Well, guys, I'll say one thing. Credit Partida. He's not going gently into the night. He's actually ratcheted up the attack here in round number 4. He's making life difficult here for this young man from Pacoima. This is going to be a hard-fought victory for Sanchez should he come out with this win.
Yeah, and in Partida, we're talking about a well-traveled veteran who has fought the 10-round distance at least twice. He's fought the 12-round distance 3 times.
And this is new territory, not only the amount of rounds, but first time that Sanchez is featured as a co-main and also on TV. So more exposure for him.
But also more pressure.
I asked him about that. He said he didn't even notice that. It seems like the same to him.
Well, that's good. Man, Partida's kind of wild in there. I think the veterans had a good round.
Yeah. Good. Jack Reese gets in there. Partida was still throwing. We're good through 4 rounds.
Los cinturones aquí se hacen a un lado. Hay que pelear por honor y por gloria nada más.
Liam's a talent, he'll fight anyone. And we're going to make a big fight for him in the autumn. I think it's the biggest name in that division, and I will make sure it happens. And I believe by the end of the year, he will be the best.
Nice hook cross combination from Emilio Sanchez. He lands those shots. There's a nice right cross on the inside, followed by a right uppercut, another left-right combination. And he always resets his feet, stays in range, evades a punch, and stays in position to land a punch.
Fifth round of action, scheduled for 8, super bantamweight division. Emilio Sanchez, Hugo Partida. Sanchez in the black trunks with the gold trim. Pacoima, California, San Fernando, with the locals call it the Great 1-8. Not just 8-1-8, the Great 1-8. Sanchez putting in the hard work conditioning. Rox Arroyo, a trainer, saw him, was impressed with his physical conditioning. Rock system doing work here as Emilio Sanchez is putting his punches together. He's controlling this fight against a veteran in Hugo Partida. And this is the kind of stuff that, Doug, we've seen it, Steve, we've seen in the last year. Guys when they come into Belasco early on, they develop, you get those, you know, softer fights. They step up competition and guys kind of wilt. Guys don't really respond. And as a promoter, you got to figure out, we're going to re-sign this guy? What are we going to do with him? Sanchez got matched up really tough today. Well, looks like he's doing well.
This is going to be a hard-fought victory. I get the sense this might go the distance. Partida has been very, very pesky. You know, and again, Frank Espinoza said based on how he looks tonight, he is now going to make a determination on how fast can I move this kid. And Frank Espinoza has been around the block a few times. Best known for managing Israel Vasquez. Also manages the Oscar Valdez, who we mentioned earlier, and Antonio Orozco, who we'll be seeing in about a month.
Mouthpiece out again. A heavy shot from Sanchez. Uppercut from Sanchez. Partida was trying to move around.
It was a left uppercut that knocked the mouthpiece out. He followed it up with some right uppercuts, went back to the left uppercut. But the toughness and the craftiness and the roughhouse tactics from Partida is allowing Sanchez to show us some additional wrinkles to his game. We're seeing more of the footwork than we've seen in previous bouts.
Yeah, that wasn't a, let me spit it out and catch a breath. No, that was knocked out of my mouth.
It literally was. He took the shot well. Hats off to the veteran. Entered this bout with 146 total pro rounds to Sanchez's 25 pro rounds. So make no mistake about it, this is a step up in competition for the prospect.
Blood from the mouth of Hugo Partida, the Mexico City fighter. Well, if you battle that 405 freeway for an hour just to go work out, you're dedicating yourself.
Yeah.
And then you get beat up in the gym and you got to drive back home in the LA traffic. Body work from Partida. Left, good 1-2 from Sanchez.
Boy, his punch variation is just beautiful to watch. I mean,
he's going to that uppercut.
Yeah, there's some versatility with those combinations. It's just not, you know, 1-2 left hook, man. He's landed left uppercuts followed by a left hook and right to the body hook and 3 and 4 punch combinations.
Partida's right there. He's wearing it here through 5.
Good stuff. See if we can see the punch that dislodged the mouthpiece. I thought, yep, it was a left uppercut. And he jumped on Partida. He saw the mouthpiece go and not going to give Partida a lull in the action because the referee will then stop the action in order to retrieve the mouthpiece. Boom, it was a short left uppercut. He lands another one and jumps on him, backs him up to the ropes, lands a straight right. Tries to measure the veteran for right uppercuts.
Yeah, Sanchez has really shown some nice combinations. The thing that I like about him, though, his punches, no wasted motion, come right from the elbow through the shoulder. Look, does not pull back on his punches or telegraph them, as they say. There's a certain compact nature to his attack, and he does not waste a lot of energy or movement.
Zachary Ochoa Zungri, who had a big knockout here at the Belasco recently, watching on Ring TV Live, says if he was Sanchez, he'd throw the straight to the chest. Hard jab would neutralize this guy.
Zach would know.
Zach, we have 3 people on this broadcast. We do appreciate you trying to be the 4th. Zachary Ochoa out of New York, good kid, good fighter.
Oh yeah, and I welcome his commentary.
Oh, of course. Emilio Sanchez with the black gloves, black and gold. Uppercut. Mouthpiece out again.
It was
third
a left
time.
Uppercut again. That compact left uppercut. Whenever he's in range, he can fire it. Doesn't travel more than 5 inches, but it gets results, huh?
Zachary's going to stop the clock. It's not like I said, he's not spitting it out trying to catch a breath. That left uppercut is doing work.
Oh. Knocked a point.
He's
knocking the mouthpiece coming out.
Well,
I don't think he was spitting it out on purpose, but
if you do a hat trick by the 3rd time, whether it's accidental or not, I do think you have to take away a point. I actually saw a fight recently in Japan between Jason Sosa and Javier Fortuna, where Fortuna absolutely spit out the mouthpiece after being knocked down in the 10th. and Raul Caiz Jr. docked a point immediately. Again, those type of things are at the discretion of the referee.
So he spit it out as he was getting knocked down?
After he got knocked down. He tried to Chico Corrales his way through that round.
Buy himself some time.
What a comment. Chico Corrales' way.
That was May 7, 2005, Doug. I'd still say that's the best fight we've ever been at ringside.
Yes,
Him and Jose Luis Castillo.
Hugo Partida. He's traveled the world, mentioned the Philippines.
Japan. Fought a real good former title holder, Akifumi Shimoda. Lasted until the 9th round against Shimoda, which is saying something. But he is well traveled.
Uppercut again from Sanchez. That one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt. A right uppercut from Sanchez broke through the guard of Partida, who's trying to hold on here.
And he's letting Sanchez know that he has been hurt. And he's feeling the burn of fatigue as well.
Upstairs. Hard shots landed by Emilio Sanchez. He has no nickname. He's very quiet. He doesn't really want one. Don't need it.
Boy, Sanchez has really found his rhythm here this round. It's almost like he's working a double end bag. You see the way just short, compact punches again. It does not really loading up on him, almost using the momentum of Partida against him on the inside and just putting his punches together really well.
Well, you see, whenever Partida is in close, he rests his forehead on Sanchez's forehead. He always leans, he leans forward, and the head leans forward even more. So he's right there for uppercuts.
Testament to the work by trainer Manny Robles at the Rock Gym in Carson. Sanchez, Oscar Valdez, Slava Shabransky, Terrell Gaucher. Some of the fighters are in the stable with Manny Robles, and they're doing work. Young trainer. And Emilio Sanchez looking really good here as the 6th round is wrapping up at the sold-out Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles.
Boy, Partida is still game, though, guys.
Nice jab. Oh, actually, that was a jab from Partida. Not used to seeing that. Now that below the belt line right hand from Partida, we've seen that, but really the story of this fight is the inside game from Emilio Sanchez, dislodging the mouthpiece 3 times from Partida.
And there you go, short, compact, accurate punching by Sanchez. And right now, guys, right above us, Dr. Paul Wallace is looking into the corner of Hugo Partida as we take a look at young middleweight contender Jason Quigley.
Yeah, that's another one of Manny Robles' young prospects.
And there you see behind him, Chipo Gonzalez with the Golden Boy hat, and Nick Arce.
Yep.
Doctor came over to look at Hugo Partida. He said, let it go. Appreciate everybody watching us. Linus, of course, you don't need your shout out. You know you're watching.
Oh, our security blanket from Philly. Villanova's finest.
Taurus Sports at work watching. Don't worry, your Snapchat has been deleted. Nobody will know that you're at work watching this fight. Get ready for the 7th round. It's been a good one. One controlled by Emilio Sanchez. And that's Hugo Partida. 7th round. It's scheduled for 8. Sanchez 12-0 with 9 KOs. See if he can end this fight. Well, Partida, he's a tough one. But last time he was up in the ring, stopped by Joseph Diaz. As Sanchez is looking fresh.
Even though Partida is on his way to a loss, I think he's bounced back very nicely from that 2-round knockout loss to Joseph Diaz Jr.
Proven to be very serviceable against young up-and-comers.
Right, I remember we were very surprised that that fight ended as early as it did. Joseph Diaz is more of a gap hitter, not more so of a home run hitter. And Joseph Diaz again coming back July 30th from Fantasy Springs on HBO Latino. He will be up there watching that.
Also, Antonio Orozco, the main event fighter from San Diego.
And Orozco looked sensational in his last fight, scoring an unexpected 1st-round knockout of a veteran opponent.
Guys, this is what I think the longest fight Sanchez has had. And Doug, you said it, very striking statistic. He only had 25 rounds under his belt despite 12 fights. Let's see what type of a finishing kick he has here in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's why this fight was a little bit risky, in my humble opinion. You know, with Joseph Diaz Jr., you're talking about an Olympian.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who had gone a hard 10 rounds, at least 2 or 3 times.
Rene Alvarado pushed him.
Right, so he had already proven himself over a hard distance. So if the fight turned into sort of a battle of attrition. You knew that Diaz was ready for that. We don't really know that about Emilio Sanchez. Like I said, he had only fought 6 rounds once, and that's as far as he's gone in the pro ranks.
And also, he was usually fighting early on in the card.
Yeah, right.
Not many people watching him, media included, who only show up for, say, the main events. So not a guy looking for publicity.
But he's done such good work over the first half of this fight that Partida really doesn't have it in him to take him into deep water and drown him, so to speak. And Sanchez has taken his foot off the gas pedal a little bit. You can tell he is pacing himself.
50 seconds to go in the 7th round, scheduled for 8. This was our 9th fight of the night. There were 7 amateur fights featuring LAPD and New York Police Department. Proceeds benefiting the Susan G. Komen Foundation. That's why you'll see the Golden Boy logo in pink tonight. For cancer research. Uppercut again from Sanchez. Tagged is Partida.
This is definitely the most physical contest that Sanchez has ever had to endure as a professional.
Besides the fights he has at home with his brothers.
There you go.
His brothers are actually the ones who took him to the gym as a little kid because he was just, he's number 7 of 8 kids.
Oh, no wonder he's tough.
Yeah.
Jeez. That says it all.
Eighth and final round. Referee Jack Reese has them touch gloves. And we're underway. First time Emilio Sanchez has gone to the 8th round. He's wearing the black with the gold trim. Hugo Partida, a very game fighter from Mexico City. A record of 20 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. Emilio Sanchez only 12-0. But it's a learning experience. Ooh.
You know, if I'm Emilio, I'd tell Jack, you know, that's what you call veteran savvy.
Yep.
Wait, he's doing it.
Yeah. Well, Sanchez will have picked up some of that going 8 rounds for the first time.
Well, don't push. Let me just start unloading my hands as Emilio Sanchez.
Just watching this action right now, I'll say one thing. Future opponents of Emilio Sanchez, they better be very wary. If they're going to bring the fight to Sanchez, they may be putting themselves through the wood chipper. He seems very comfortable with guys coming right at him, throwing punches. Very, very comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, he's effective on the outside and equally effective, maybe even more so on the inside. Might get more leverage on those uppercuts than he does the jab and the right hand.
You mentioned only 25 rounds coming into this fight. This kid's still learning the pro game.
Just scratching the surface of his ability.
There's a lot there. There's athleticism and there's a lot of technique. And we've seen in these 8 rounds, we've seen some ring savvy. Very rare for a guy who's only 22 years old with just 12 fights.
And tonight,
and only 3 of them haven't gone the distance.
And Doug, I think the important thing is, I think he's winning this fight handily. In Partida, he faced a guy that actually tried to win. This was not just a guy that capitulated early, threw a lot of leather his way, actually maybe won a round or 2.
I gave 1 round to Partida.
And gave him, you know, again, professional resistance. This has been a very valuable experience for Sanchez tonight.
Also, he's fighting a man, age of 28.
Yes.
Different body structure. Sanchez
Oh, and Partida is still landing shots. I mean,
he's not going away.
Sanchez is able to evade or block most of them, but some of them are getting through. So this is a hard-fought victory, even though on the scorecards, the official scorecards, it'll probably be one-sided, and I wouldn't be shocked if it was a shutout.
It's been all Emilio Sanchez tonight. There you see his family in the corner right there. The guy holding up the cell phone. That's where his family is at, watching him, enjoying it. It's been a good night for Sanchez. Mom goes down to the gym to check him out at times. Takes his brothers with him, takes his nephews. Sanchez looking good, finishing strong, finishing the way he started this fight. All with action. A good one. It goes the distance. Emilio Sanchez and Hugo Partida will come back with a decision from the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. A sold-out Belasco Theater on the one-year anniversary of Ring TV Live. Just taking a deep breath. Drop with the left by Orozco, and it is over. A first round stoppage for Antonio. Relentless Orozco. Jojo Diaz Jr. And there you see Emilio Sanchez with his trainer, Manny Robles, Oscar Edgar Yasso. And the Rock Gym in Carson, California, waiting the decision. They're talking to him right now. He's not going to talk back because Emilio doesn't talk. He's listening, but he's just like, all right. Good kid, real nice kid. Got to know him working out at the Rock Gym in Carson. Real good kid. Gets that. Doesn't cut his hair except for fight week. He doesn't ask for the design. He just tells the barber.
Just do whatever you want.
I was like, who cut your hair? He goes, some guy in the valley.
Yeah.
I was like, what's up with the design? I just tell him to do whatever you want. Like, you talk about low maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
That's Emilio Sanchez.
Low maintenance, low key. But you know what? That's also part of his progression as a professional, is getting comfortable posing for pictures and talking to the media.
Look at the highlights from this fight. As soon as Rolando moves out of the way, we'll get you the highlights.
Boy, look at these combinations from Emilio Sanchez. It's really the story of the fight. It's just how effective and how dangerous he is from mid-range and in close.
Boy, I tell you one thing, he should be nicknamed Ginsu. He is sharp as a knife. Really quick combinations.
Scorecards, and here are the totals. El juez Dr. Lou Moret anotó 79-72. Moret has it 79-72. Y los jueces Raúl Caiz y Pat Russell anotaron el mismo 78-73. Caiz and Russell have it 78-73. El ganador por decisión unánime, your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Emilio Sanchez.
There he is. Blow the whistle. Too Short comes back. And Emilio Sanchez, Pacoima, California, now 13-0. 8 hard, good rounds.
I think tonight he learned something about this game of professional boxing. I think this was the type of fight that I think Frank Espinoza and Robert Diaz really wanted to see. And one thing that veteran matchmakers always talk about in learning a young fighter and guiding them through the process is if they've never gone 5 rounds, how do they react to rounds 6, 7, and 8? Tonight, I think, was very valuable in that regard.
We'll come back with more from the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. You're watching the LA Fight Club on Ring TV Live.
A representative came to my school talking about the different programs, and information security was one. Family, friends, but the best part about graduation day was when I got to announce to my family that I had gotten the job. For some, school is a backup plan, but for me, it was the only plan. And I ended up choosing ITT Tech over other 4-year institutions.
Scholarships and financial aid are available for students who qualify. Call 800-227-2162. That's 800-227-2162.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deals.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Call 800-743-2359, 800-743-2359.
And Ring TV Live is brought to you by ITT Technical Institute. ITT Tech for the future. Call today, 800-227-2162 to find out more info. Schedule that free campus tour. That's 800-227-2162. Back at the Belasco Theater alongside Doug Fisher, I'm Beto Duran, and joined by the man who is now 13-0. He went 8 rounds for the first time in his career, Emilio Sanchez. Breathe, baby, breathe. How'd you feel going 8 hard ones?
I felt good. He was a lot. He had a lot of experience. It was hard to get him out of there, but I think I did good.
He came to win. He threw some nice body shots in the first 4 rounds of the bout, and then I think over the second half, some of his better shots were not legal blows. Some of them were below the belt line. Some of them were to the back of your head. There was rabbit shots. How did you deal with the rough stuff, those professional tactics, some of which were illegal?
Well, I trained very hard in the gym. Sparring is where I win my fights, and that's what got me used to the.
What do you see right here? You knocked his mouthpiece out 3 times with that uppercut. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was the left uppercut. You see it fly out of his head?
Yes.
What's that feel like though when you hit him like that?
I thought it was gonna hurt him, but he had a great jaw.
Emilio Sanchez, Pacoima, California. Now your younger brother Sal is 1-0. Your sister ran cross country. Your family's in attendance today. How cool is it just to fight in front of them?
It's an amazing feeling. Hearing them cheering me on, it feels great. It feels great. Knowing that everybody's there.
Your first time on TV. You're the co-main. I kept talking about this. How you don't brag. You don't promote yourself that much. You're a quiet kid. But in that ring, what changes with you, man?
I just want to win. Want to win. This is I always dreamed about being a world champion, and that's what I'm aiming for.
And as a kid, though, you were the explorer. As you said, as a kid, they just took you to the boxing gym because you had so much energy. Yes. Fighting for gold award tonight, how cool was that?
It was a great experience fighting in front of the LAPD. It was an awesome feeling.
You know, coming into this fight, you were one of those Golden Boy prospects that was kind of under the radar because you hadn't fought on TV before. You've been on the undercards, and you're a soft-spoken guy. After this performance, and I can already see on Twitter and social media, you're going to have a following. They're going to be watching you now. How does that feel? Is it pressure, or is that what you want?
That's what I want. To people know who Emilio Sanchez is. I've been training really hard.
You've been training really hard, and obviously it's because you're a pro, not an amateur, right?
Yes, that's my brother, amateur.
His brother's not an amateur. Emilio Sanchez, 13-0. Congratulations to him. Of course, we gotta, take that Snapchat, man. Come on now, Doug, get in here. You gotta do this. Boom! Get out of here. Congratulations, Emilio Sanchez.
Again.
The Belasco Theater, our main event is coming up. I think that's probably the most that he's ever spoken in his life.
We bring it out of him.
I mean, you get it.
Your energy is kind of contagious.
But then you sit in Steve Kim's chair, you know it. Now, Oscar Negrete has energy, doesn't speak much English, but his Espanol is on point. El colombiano habló con las cámaras de Ring TV.